You've been here before. Well, not exactly the same place, but in the same feeling, where the air is thick and the world is holding its breath. When everything slows down, you can finally hear what you've been drowning out, the hum in the distance, your heartbeat, or the thought you keep postponing. Let me name this. You're in a state of transition between what you've been doing and what your life is asking for next. So here's a question. Are you resting or are you avoiding? They both look identical from the outside, but the difference is what's happening inside. Rest restores you. Avoidance keeps you hidden. And if something feels like it's waiting, it might be because you are. Time feels different here. It doesn't push you or demand a decision. When the noise drops, notifications, deadlines, everyone else's expectations, you get to hear yourself again. And in that quiet, you notice what you usually outrun, the places you're overfunctioning, or the parts you're holding in place out of habit, not alignment. Just for a moment, there's nothing but awareness, where change actually begins. At first, it's subtle, easy to ignore, but the longer you stay, the clearer it gets. An inner signal, something unresolved asking for your attention. Here's what I want you to remember. If it keeps returning, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It usually means something is ready, so don't rush to fix it. Notice it, breathe, and ask, what is this asking for? More courage, stronger boundaries, or a deeper truth? So you do what you've always done. You try to figure it out. You replay conversations, rewrite moments, search for the perfect explanation, hoping certainty will make the next step painless. Gentle check-in. Is this thinking helping you move or helping you stay safe? If you already knew the next step, what would it be? And what part of you is hoping you won't have to take it? You don't have to solve your whole life today. You just need one honest next move. And now you're here, paused, not moving forward, not moving back, because nothing feels certain enough. You call it patience, you call it being careful, but this is how fear often shows up. Not as panic, but as postponing, waiting to feel ready before you let yourself begin. If this is you, you're in a moment that requires a new way of leading yourself, with honesty, with compassion, and with a small choice you can repeat. Then resistance shows up, quiet, firm, convincing. It questions every idea, every direction, and it sounds reasonable. Wait until you're ready. Get more information. Don't make a mistake you can't undo. But hear me out. Resistance isn't proof you're broken. It's a protective part of you doing its job, trying to keep you from getting hurt again. So ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? Rejection? Embarrassment? Disappointment? Thank it and remind it, you're allowed to grow anyway. So you stand in between, one part of you ready to move, another part begging you to stay. One side feels safe, the other feels uncertain. It's like standing on a threshold, hand on the door, warmth behind you, unknown air ahead. And when you don't choose, you do get relief, but you also stay in the loop. So be honest. What has safe cost you lately? Energy? Time? Self-respect? No judgment. Just truth. Because a part of you is here for something different. Then you release something. And release doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop requiring perfection before you move. So what are you willing to release today? Just for now. Perfection. People-pleasing. The need to explain yourself. Just enough to loosen the hold. And for the first time in a while, you take a full breath. That breath is a decision. I'm allowed to begin without a guarantee. And with that, you begin to move. It may not feel like progress yet. It might feel unfamiliar, even unstable. The first movement is rarely graceful. It's a recalibration, a wobble that proves you're alive. But it's movement, and movement gives you real feedback. That's how patterns break, one small action at a time. So let me ask you, what if progress isn't a big leap? What if it's one honest action you repeat until you trust yourself again? Because once you move, life responds. Pressure builds, doubts return, things surface. Movement turns the volume back on and reveals what's been underneath, what still hurts, what still matters, what still wants your attention. And yes, discomfort can get louder. That doesn't mean you chose wrong. It often means you touched something real. So try this. Can you stay with the feeling for 10 more seconds? Not to suffer, just to prove to yourself you can handle your own life. Now you're inside it, holding on. When the urge to escape shows up, pause and come back to your body. One breath, then another. Name what's here: fear, pressure, uncertainty, and choose a steady next move. You're not trying to win a moment. You're building capacity. And in this scene, that is everything. Not perfect, just present. Not fearless, just here. And still, a part of you looks back to what's familiar, predictable, easier. Familiar can feel like peace because you know how to survive it. But sometimes familiar is just the pattern you've mastered. It calls you back with comfort, with logic, with the promise you won't have to feel so much. So be honest. Do you want comfort or do you want change? You can't build a new life with old agreements, and you don't have to hate the past to choose a different future. But something in you doesn't move. It doesn't argue or force. It just stays. This is you choosing yourself, not the quickest comfort, your deeper truth. Who do you become when you stop negotiating with your own needs? That's the version of you this moment is introducing. And that quiet decision changes direction. You remember what it costs to trade yourself for certainty. So you stop, you return, you choose what's honest and real. So you begin again, not from the start, but from here. You take what's in front of you and you work with it. One reachable step, one honest conversation, one choice that matches who you are right now. If you're not sure what to do, use this. Choose the step that creates more self-respect tomorrow. Small, specific, doable, no pressure to get it perfect. This is how self-trust comes back, through small promises kept again and again. And gradually the noise fades. Not because everything is solved, but because you stop fighting what you feel. The world doesn't get quieter, you do. And in that calm, there's space. Space to think clearly. Space to tell the truth. Space to choose without panic. This is what happens when you lead yourself with steadiness. You don't need a perfect day to move forward. You just need enough calm to hear what matters, and enough courage to act on it. That's when you notice it again, the signal. Something small you might have missed before. A detail that feels true, like a door cracked open in a room you thought was sealed. It's not demanding, it's just present. And here's the coaching part. You don't need it to shout to be valid. If it's steady, if it's consistent, pay attention. Ask yourself, what keeps showing up for me? What won't let me go? That's usually where your next level lives. This time, you don't chase it. You don't force anything. You adjust, just enough to align with what you already know is true. Alignment is when you act like the person you say you want to be. Not someday, now, even in a small way. And that's the shift. You stop waiting for motivation, and you start honoring your values. One choice, then another. Nothing flashy, just consistent, just clean. And slowly, your life starts to move in the direction your truth has been pointing to. And now, what you've been carrying starts to show itself. Memories, moments, patterns. You see the way you brace before you speak. The way you say, I'm fine, like it's armor. The way you reach for certainty, when what you really want is peace. And when you can see a pattern, you can change it. This isn't about blaming your past. It's about understanding your present, so you can choose differently with clarity instead of autopilot. You don't avoid it, and you don't get pulled under by it. You just stay. Staying is the brave part, not the kind that looks dramatic, the kind that looks like stillness and feels like strength. This is where your nervous system learns a new truth. I can feel this and still be safe. So keep choosing presence over panic. And little by little, what used to grip you starts to loosen, not because you fought it harder, but because you stopped running from it. And now you're steady, because you're no longer reacting. You're not trying to control it or escape it. You're here, balanced, present. Stability isn't something you find, it's something you build. One regulated moment, one grounded choice. And when you practice that, you start to trust yourself in real time. You become the kind of person who can hold discomfort without abandoning your values. That's stability, that's power, that's peace you can keep. And when you return, nothing outside has changed. The same place, the same world. But the way you move through it feels different, lighter, clearer, more certain, without needing certainty. You don't need a guarantee to move forward. You need a next step you can stand behind, and the courage to take it. So what's your next step, specifically? Name something you can do in the next 24 hours. Start there, then meet yourself again tomorrow. You were never lost. You were learning how to move without leaving yourself behind. The still place isn't a dead end. It's where you pause long enough to hear the truth, regulate your body, and choose from clarity instead of fear. So here's my last question. What are you ready to stop abandoning in yourself? Because this is how your life changes, quietly, consistently, and on purpose.